welcome back to Emotional Mojo. She's the founder of Women's Running Magazine, and she won NBC's The Apprentice, Martha Stewart. But our next guest also had major struggles with weight, and now she's empowering everyone, women especially, to take charge of their lives. Welcome, Dawna Stone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you here. Truly an inspirational story. You gained over 40 pounds. You say you tried every diet in the book and gained it all back. So what did you try, and why do you think all these diets failed? What was the problem?
I really did try everything. I think I was in that place in my life where I felt like I had control of everything. You know, I had this great job in New York City working on Wall Street. I had, you know, a great education, and there was one aspect of my life that I had absolutely no control over, and that was my weight, no matter what I did. And I mean, I tried everything from, and we're talking, this is 20 years ago, but Scarsdale diet, grapefruit diet. I even tried fasting, and it didn't even last a day. I mean, I couldn't make it to the next day. I just couldn't do it.
But that's something that I think a lot of people can relate to. They try, and nothing works. I mean, what do you think the actual problem is? Because oftentimes it's not the diet or the food.
Yeah, well, it was a couple things. One, I think it was the mental place that I was in. I really had given up. I didn't believe anymore that anything could work for me. The other thing was some of the diets worked for a small period of time. So I would lose some weight, but then I could not continue on that program for the long term. None of them were lifestyle changes. They were all about losing weight right now. And then you know,
what?
Yeah, exactly. And then I would gain it back and gain a few more pounds, and it just kept going. And I'm a relatively small person. I'm 5'4", and so 40 extra pounds on my body. I mean, I was miserable. And I remember being in bed in New York City in my apartment, and literally in tears, feeling like I'm never ever going to be happy again with who I am.
But because of that, and through all that, you ended up finding your own formula for losing weight. So it inspired you to write the book Healthy You, which we have. Jada has here in her lap as well. So how does it work? What are the two phases of your program?
Yeah, so there is an elimination phase where we take out foods that are sabotaging our diet. They might not be really bad foods, but they do keep us from losing weight. And then we have a whole week that's a clean week, a clean phase. And it's 100% clean diet, which is most of us do not do, but we should.
And what does that mean?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Tell me what to do.
I want to take notes here.
So again, so it's not that they're bad foods, but so sugar, we eliminate sugar, we eliminate wheat, dairy, artificial sweeteners, we eliminate highly processed food, red meat, and alcohol. So those are 7 items that we eliminate in week 1 from our diet. And again, it's not that I believe wheat is terrible or milk is terrible, but typically when we're eating meat, you know, wheat or milk or sugar, we're eating processed foods, very unhealthy, not natural at all. And so what we do by eliminating those and maybe bringing in some good substitutions, you know, almond milk or soy milk, rice milk, some healthy wheat alternatives like quinoa and things like that, brown rice pastas, then all of a sudden we're eating a whole new way and we start feeling really good. And you'll notice you have more energy, and I noticed my skin cleared up, and I just felt great, and the weight just started coming off. And that's what this is about. And it was a way to eat forever. You know, nothing's forbidden for the long term.
I wanted to ask you that,
Yeah, because you accidentally said sugar, I think. We had to give up. That was an accident.
That was an accident, right?
No, it really does that.
So how do you integrate sugar back in once you're kind of in your moderation kind of zone?
So I always say you can do indulgences in moderation. So one of the reasons I think all these other diets did not work for me was foods were forbidden, and I felt like never again would I be able to have my favorite foods. And so with the Healthy You program, it's about seeing how you feel when you eliminate those foods and then slowly bringing back foods in moderation. And so I always say, you know, it's important to indulge. You know, every Sunday night we have pizza night with my kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm not giving that up. And I like in the summertime going to the ice cream parlor with them and not feeling guilty about having an ice cream cone. But you can do that because if you're on the Healthy You program, you're eating so clean and healthy most of the time that those things won't sabotage your diet anymore.
And that's an experience-based thing, too. It's not just you eating pizza by yourself. It's with the family. The ice cream parlor with the family.
And it's fun. Yeah, it's an experience, just like you said.
I wanted to ask you about family because you're a mom, and, you know, in the news, we've seen a lot of, like the Fit Mom, for instance. She put this picture on Facebook with her 3 children, this amazing body, asking, what's your excuse? And she got a lot of flack for pressuring moms to look a certain way. Kim Kardashian recently posted a selfie in a bathing suit, and she looks amazing, but she's a new mom as well. So what do you think the message is that moms have as to how fast they should lose weight and what's safe and what's not? I mean, how do we... I don't know, just take control of our bodies and our minds and
In a
not go
realistic
crazy.
way.
And
Yeah.
be
Realistically.
comfortable
Thank
with
you.
Right. I
we
think there's
are.
a lot of pressure out there, and that is what's negative, is the pressure to do it in a certain time, to do it so quickly. And I think everybody is different, and you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
But when you eat healthy and you eat wholesome foods, the weight does come off, and it's going to come off in a time that makes sense because you're doing something good for your body.
Right.
And so the hard part is not being able to look at somebody else and saying, oh, well, you've lost X number of pounds in 2 weeks, why didn't I? It's about saying what's going to work for me, and as long as I'm slowly getting to a place where I'm healthy and I feel good and I'm getting to that healthy weight, that's what's important.
And I love that you talk about the feeling good, because that's such a huge aspect of it is mind over matter too, you know?
It really is. A lot of it is mental, and just, again, like not giving up, because I've been there. I felt it like I was at a place where I was never going to get to that healthy weight or feel good or have that energy again. And I just had to start thinking about, no, I can do this. Just all these fast programs of, fad diets, they don't work for me. So let's find a way that is healthy and a great way to do it. But the thing was, the weight came off really fast. And we've done focus groups with Healthy You, and women are losing anywhere from 6 to 10 pounds in the first week. So that's fast. I mean, that's
amazing.
rapid. But what it is we're taking all these unhealthy foods out, and we're putting all these great foods into our body, and our body's going, whoa, what's going on,
Well, Dawna Stone, thank you so much. Her book is called Healthy You. Make sure you guys check that out. We have some questions from viewers I wanted to get your opinion on. And the first one says, hi, Mojo team. I'm currently on a weight loss journey. I've dropped almost 100 pounds in the past year. But the time with my friends is getting weird. It started with little comments when we'd go out to eat because I'd get a salad instead of a big meal. Then anytime I want to talk about my workouts or my new goals, they say, oh, here we go again. When I buy new clothes, they make fun of me for trying to show off and flaunt my body. I can't help I'm proud of my hard work. I only talk about it because it's a big part of my life, and I'd like to share it with my friends. What am I supposed to do? That comes from Piper in Florida. What do you think?
So this is sad, right? This person is doing something great for themselves. They're probably so much healthier, because if she lost 100 pounds, she probably was in a place where she was not healthy at all. But you have to be happy with where you're at, and you need support. And if your friends aren't going to give you support, then maybe those aren't the right friends. And I hate saying that, but your friends should be happy for you that you've done something. And she just has to make sure, though, that she's not flaunting it too much, and that maybe she's talking to her friends about, hey, do this with me, and you'll feel great too.
And Jason, you've lost a lot. We've talked about your weight loss story, because you were 330 pounds previously. Did you have any kind of problems with your friends or family or anyone?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's always people that they say, well, you better be careful. You don't want to gain it back. And, they're always kind of holding
Giving you that
back.
negative
Yeah,
thought.
they're kind of trying to protect you by putting you in a place that they're okay with. But that's not the place you need to be. And so, like you said, to your point, if they're not the people that are going to support you, then you may just need to kick them to the curb and not share that type of thing with them.
No, and find people that will support you.
Here's another one. This comes from Anonymous Husband. It says, how do I tell my wife she can stop with her dieting? She looked beautiful the way she was, but now I barely recognize her. I miss my wife with a little extra cushion, but I don't want a fight. Anonymous Husband. This is kind of the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, well, this is great, because typically it's the other way around, right? Where the husband or somebody is pushing somebody to lose more weight. And so it's actually refreshing to see that. But at the same time, I always say a woman has to be happy with where she is. And if she's happy, everybody around her is going to be happy. So as long as she's not losing too much weight, he should be supportive, as long as she's feeling really good about how she's looking and what she's doing for her health.
Do you think it'd be helpful if he sits down and talks to her and say, hey, honey, you're doing a great job. What is your goal? Do you want to get to a certain weight? Do you want to feel healthier in a certain way? Just
Absolutely.
Kind of
the communication there is so important, and she needs to know also. Maybe she thinks he wants her to continue to lose weight, because that's typically what's out there. So absolutely, they should be communicating and
we
finding
hate to
out.
say it, Anonymous Husband, you have to actually talk to your wife about it. Thank you so much, Dawna. We appreciate it.
Thank
you guys,
you.
don't forget
Thank
her
you.
book is called Healthy You, so check that out.